It is a fine Monday morning because the Buckeyes are back from vacation. They're back, baby. Got to get them in shape today. First practice with the pads on is tomorrow. And if you're excited about that like I am, I can't wait to make some phone calls Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, and see whose pads were popping, who was smacking shit. What did Earl Little Jr. look like? My favorite Buckeye outside of Jeremiah Smith, I think. It could be, the new shiny toy. But
also, wait a second. Doesn't he feel like one of your old favorite Buckeyes? Like, doesn't he feel like Lathan Ransom a little bit to you anyway?
Oh, he absolutely does.
Like he fits what you like out of that spot. So that's that. I think that's a new shiny toy thing. I think you really fuck with that kind of play.
Yeah, I love safeties that smack shit. They just have a nose for the ball. They're always around the ball. Like you watch his film from last year, and we're on a 7-week journey on Bourbon and Ball every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. I sip on a bourbon and break down a game film just to expand our football love and passion. And so we've been breaking down every transfer portal player that comes into Ohio State, and mixed reviews. Some I really liked, some were just okay. Earl Little Jr.'s by far been my favorite, and we have the LSU receiver coming up tomorrow to hopefully Kyle Parker to hopefully maybe that will take the cake. A starter at LSU last year got targeted a bunch, so we'll see. But I really love Earl Little Jr. I do.
No, he's a good ball player, man. I'm excited about him again. Just like another thing that like raises the floor, and I'm just generally curious to see what Matt Patricia does with this current crop, because I think that this current crop is going to be a little bit older, but less athletic than last year's defense. Is kind of where I'm at in terms of roster analysis. Yep. But I think he's kind of an X factor because like here we go. We're used to him, safety role. I think he could be like a 4-sack guy this year, even as a safety.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be a tackles for a loss guy too. Like,
he definitely is. I mean, he is our Lathan Ransom was the best comp. You can't put Caleb Downs on him because that's unfair.
No, he's not Downs. He's a little bigger than Lathan.
He plays like him. I mean, similar style of play. Caleb Downs, I think, was one of the best safeties we've seen. And so I don't want to put that bar on him, but I think Lathan Ransom's a good comp, and I'm excited about him. So we'll find out tomorrow. Find out who's smacking, who's popping shit. I love it because it's like the first day of pads. It's like, all right, you start with no pads for 2 days. Then the next day it's called full pads, no contact. And we always used to read it and just laugh. Like, you think Earl Little Jr. is just going to tag off when he has fucking football pads on?
Mm-mm.
You think the DNs and pass rush are not going to bull rush ever? Like, they just need to drop the title.
Well,
full pad, non-contact.
Full pad, non-contact.
How was your weekend, Chris?
It was good. It was quiet. It hailed yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was wild. It went from 82 to 42 in 2 hours, and then it started hailing. What the fuck? What was that?
Bad. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I thought like a tornado was happening. The winds were crazy. The fucking lightning was going crazy. It was wild.
Yep.
And I finally got all the sticks and shit out of my yard from the crazy wind we had last week, and then it's all back. So we're just gonna do it again. What about you, dog? Anything fun happen? Anything eventful?
Big volleyball weekend. Sorry, I got to text Justine back because she always interrupts. Yeah, Quinn's team played really, really well. It was the first time they really clicked. They've been kind of off all year, and they went 3-0 on Friday, 3-0 on Saturday. They won the semifinal game after getting a bye in the gold bracket and lost in the championship game to a team out of Cincinnati called Elevation, they're fucking good, dude. Like, every time Quinn hit, it was like a brick wall was up. And and it was good for her. She had to learn how to hit around the block, how to hit, you aim a little higher to try to hit their fingers to get a tip out of bounds. Like, she definitely grew as a player playing against that team because they were fucking, you weren't just getting a free swing. They were really good. And they lost. The first set, they got beat pretty bad. The second set, they were up 21-16 and ended up losing 25-22. But a good weekend. They qualified. They got a bid for nationals. So they are officially national bound.
And is nationals in Orlando this year?
No, this year it's in Indianapolis, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to buy a plane flight. So I'm really happy. Quinn's not. She likes it to be somewhere exotic and fun. Not that anything's wrong with Indianapolis, but we've been there 100 times. Right, so we're going to nationals. Lily's volleyball on Saturday. Oh, the opposite. The opposite. They didn't win a set. It was brutal, but she's 8. So that's what you expect.
Right.
But it was good. Let's talk college football. Let's get it going. Enough about me. Lukey, let them know what time it is, Bubba. It is. They need to level up.
I think we have some freaks in Menace Army.
I'm okay with that. Go watch the fucking film. But I appreciate you for riding with us, Menace Army. Menace out. let's get to the show.
I'm only doing this because I've been keeping up with the story when no one else has, because, the news cycle is so much like 24 hours. They're moving on to the next thing. There was a lot of conflicting reports on Ted Carter, the former president at Ohio State. Was it romantic or was it just financially inappropriate? What
Right.
was the relationship like?
Yeah.
Because he stepped down from being the president at OSU and away from a $2 million a year salary.
Yeah.
It was self-reported, by the way.
It's one of those things where when it came out, it's like, all right, he didn't have to resign because he let some podcaster use a room. Like that never made sense. We didn't want to speculate. I don't want to accuse the guy of something that maybe he didn't do, but
but Zach, they did it to themselves by him coming out. Like, his statement was, I resigned because I had an inappropriate relationship with somebody. So that makes it seem like you were hitting something.
Well, yeah. And also, if there was nothing romantic or sexual involved, why would you resign? Even if you like made a mistake and you let her use the podcast room and that's all it was. That's not a fireable offense. Like, that's a mistake. Maybe you get fined, maybe you get suspended, but you don't quit. You don't get fired. So it always felt like it had to be romantic in nature. It just had to be.
Yeah, so I guess a source familiar with Ted Carter and Christine, as the alleged girl, and their relationship confirmed it was romantic, and the pair was traveling state to state together at least 3 times on university dime.
Now the truth cometh out.
Yes.
Which we always felt like was the case, right? I mean, I said it the day he resigned. I was like, he had to be hitting it, right? He had to be fucking this girl. There's no other. And just think about the sex scandals we've had in the past 3 years. It's just insane.
Dude, it's also like,
it's all the Big Ten too.
Why is it all the Big Ten? The big Yorny.
The big boner.
Yeah.
Like, what is the Big Ten?
The big boner. I just gotta ask you and Pat, actually, Pat, if you want to get. Oh no, Pat can talk. How's your guys' brackets doing? Are we okay?
Cooked. Florida was my champion. Cooked.
Who was your champion, Pat?
So
okay, before we go through this, just pick your favorite fucking bracket.
Well, I was telling Zach, it's kind of hard to pick one right now. So there's one group that I'm in. I'm literally in last place, but my max score is way higher than a lot of people ahead of me because I still have all 4 of my Final Four teams left.
Then that's the one.
Bad with picking like the one-off offsets. But in that one, my Final Four is Arizona, Illinois. Where's it? Arizona, Illinois, St. John's, and Michigan is my Final Four in that one. So in that one, even though I'm in last place now, I have a potential to win. And then
I had BYU in my Final Four. I did the
only Pat's delusional ass could be in last fucking place and be like, "There's still a chance I could win, though."
Well, he's got all 4 of my Final Four teams.
Yeah,
that's great. You're in last place. You're not winning.
Well, no, but see, here's the problem. It's like
the
next couple rounds, people are gonna have no shot to get points because all their upsets are like all the upsets have happened and their Final Four teams are out. So as long as mine keep winning, I'm just gonna rise up the board.
I understand how it works. You're in last place.
I know, but it's projecting.
No, it's blind optimism and stubbornness.
Okay.
Right. Well, here we go. This one, I'm in 6th place out of 25, but I only have 3 of my 4 Final Four teams left. So, like, which bracket should I be more locked into?
I really just wanted to know how you were feeling about your bracket.
I mean, just think about it. How often in Rome, you can shut up if you're watching. How often does someone get all 4 Final Four teams right? I mean, I lost the helmet because it happened randomly, flukishly, where all number 1 seeds, all 4 1 seeds made it to the Final Four. But it's so rare that a person has all 4 Final Fours. I mean, not that rare, but it's not.
I think it's pretty rare. That's tough to do.
Yeah.
It is. That's why I did a helmet giveaway last year. Fucking Rome.
Of course it was Rome. Shout out Rome, though. Big dog. All right, I do want to ask some Ohio State spring football questions, and then I do want to work into some transfer talk just while we're here. So for you, coaching-wise, is this when spring like officially starts, when the pads go on? Because I know that, like, obviously that they quote-unquote go up against each other in red zone period and stuff with no pads on. But when they get back from spring break, is this when it really gets going?
Oh, yeah. Because his first 2 practices are kind of just knock the dust off. They're not real football, no pads on. And it's like you're just trying to really just check those boxes. You're trying to get better for sure. You're trying to develop, mainly in the throw game. It's hard to do the run game without pads. But, you're just trying to get back in the flow of things. And you go on spring break, you get back, and now it's like, all right, the official kickoff to spring. Monday is a big day because those kids just had 9 days off. So all the work that Mick did with them, if they didn't still train a little bit over spring break, at least run, at least get some cardio in, they're going to be in spring break shape, not in spring football shape. And so they got to come back, and Mick's got to kick their ass today. Tomorrow is going to be a good practice because it's padded, but it's going to be a light practice because you don't want to pull hamstrings or, have soft tissue issues, right? You don't want soft tissue injuries because you just had 9 days off and you come back, go pedal to the metal, you're going to have some hamstrings blow up. And so they got to be really smart about it. I think really this is a slow ramp up to the Saturday scrimmage. And the Saturday scrimmage is going to be huge. It's a huge week for Ohio State's development in the spring. That first scrimmage is massive. And just seeing how much guys have progressed, like who's going to go make a play, who might be taking that next step. It's a big week.
Could you tell who went home in spring break and who went home and trained when guys got back, or no, not until like you really got going?
Yeah, I mean, you could to an extent, but most of my guys were pretty good about it, especially after, as the culture developed where we have a group chat and they'd send them getting a workout in or catching jugs at the high school or whatever. Just kind of everyone was on the same page. We were trying to be pros, and a pro doesn't go on spring break and fucking drink tequila every day and bang different blondes and then come back like, all right, let's play football again. It's like, no. You can still bang blondes, but you got to get a workout in beforehand.
It does feel like, and this is going to sound fucked up, it does feel like we see receivers get the most work in, I guess, on the timeline, because the receivers always post themselves like running routes. Like Guilford, the kid who I really like, who I think could end up being the starting Z. Like they love to post their workouts.
Wide receivers are like the IG models of football teams.
Yeah,
they really are. It's like who's filming you? Like walk into the ocean right now. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Which is like they all love posting themselves running routes, dude. Like the routes and then the partying too. So I feel like this receiver group, honestly, it's surprising to me when I see a receiver not posting their workouts.
Absolutely.
So part of the offseason. For the spring, I guess, how much or what position group can grow most in the spring? Because I'm looking at our depth chart and I'm thinking, okay, like what questions do we have? We have naturally a question about the Z receiver. Mm-hmm. We have questions about the offensive line. Mm-hmm. And then I think that's just about it.
Yeah, I think DB is going to be who plays nickel. Where does Terry Moore fit in? I mean, we brought in 2 transfer safeties with 1 safety returning, and so is one of those safeties, Earl Little or Terry Moore, going to battle for that slot corner position? We brought in 2 corners. Is one of those corners going to challenge for that's nickel? I mean, I think that's the only question mark on defense for me. I mean, I do have some questions at linebacker, although I would imagine it's going to be Peyton Pierce and Christian Allegro. That's just my guess, but certainly Riley Pettijohn, 5-star, all everything, talented as hell. He could make a push. I mean, I think there's some minor question marks, but the only big one on defense.
I guess for me, it's like questions about development, right? Like for the other positions, it's like, okay, like I just want to figure out who's going to be on the field. I think O-line has to develop like crazy, and I think receiver has to develop like crazy. And so I guess like for me, I'm looking at the spring, like what position group does like a developmental period of the spring benefit the most? Because I think it needs to benefit wide receivers. Like you have to go out there with a Z that makes this team at least slightly more dangerous on the outside. Because for as deep as they are, it feels like Jeremiah and friends, and that concerns me, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah. It's one of those things. We'll see what Chris Henry Jr. can be, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to, again, a lot like with Earl Little Jr. to Caleb Downs, we're not going to put the Jeremiah Smith tag on Chris Henry Jr., or at least I'm not. I'm sure Buckeye fans already are. But can he play at the level where he's a really good Z at the top of college football? He doesn't have to be Jeremiah and be the best receiver in college football as a freshman, but can he be good enough to be a dude? Or the one I'm excited about to break down tomorrow night on Bourbon and Ball. Shout out menacesports.com, money back guarantee. Kyle Parker from LSU. I think those are the 2 most likely candidates. I like Devin McCune, the kid from UTSA. I liked it. We broke him down last week. His film left a lot to wonder, but it wasn't bad. He could be a dude.
It's hilarious, dude. Like I listened to, I think it was Pat Murphy, one of those guys on one of the radios. You know what they said about Chris Henry Jr.? They said, look, it's unfair to compare Chris Henry Jr. to Jeremiah Smith.
It is. It's unfair to compare anyone to Jeremiah Smith.
But you know what the next line was?
What?
Most guys we get are like Garrett Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what we should be thinking. Maybe not ready right away, but will be ready by the end of the freshman year. It's like, okay, don't compare to Jeremiah Smith. Got it. Then you're going to choose Garrett Wilson and Marv.
Marv was a top 5 pick, by the way. But let's not hold him to too high of a standard.
Like I have no issue with like the Marv path in terms of like not playing as a freshman and then playing as a sophomore. But to say most 5-star receivers are more like Marv and Garrett Wilson, I think is asinine.
Well, it's just crazy. Like none of those should be the benchmark for Chris Henry Jr.
No.
He'll set his own benchmark. And even if he's not good enough to play this year, it doesn't mean he won't be like Garrett Wilson when it's all said and done. But you just can't put that label on a kid, because then if he's not a top 15 pick, you're like, oh, failure. It's like, he was the 28th pick. That's a really good player. What do you mean?
Yeah, and it sets you up for like a Zach Harrison kind of situation. So I do like that Chris Henry's running with the twos, because I think that the Goldford kid is more naturally fluid. But obviously, like, both super talented receivers, and there's Brock Boyd as well. So I guess, like, as a receiver coach, like, when you went into spring, did you already have like an internal like depth chart in your mind, or did you have something out on paper? Like, did you go into spring with a depth chart and then shuffle things from there, or did you go in like blank canvas? Let's see what we got.
Absolutely. And especially, it depends on the group. Like, this group is different than, let's say, the group my last year. Heartline, really the one that Heartline took over. We had 3 captains in the room, most older players, and I was coaching in spring still. I got fired in July, but that spring was a way to, I couldn't just go into spring and say, all right, let's just go keep doing what we've been doing. That's stupid, right? These kids have been multi-year starters that were older players. Like, Paris Campbell was the slot, and he'd been the slot always. And so I took spring as a chance to put Paris at X, right? Put Terry McLaurin in the slot, like, move guys around to spice it up, change it up, keep them engaged, and also build their skill set, not only for the team, right, which was great, but also for their future. And it was,
Paris didn't end up playing the slot in 18. He ended up being an outside guy.
Yeah, and he had the flexibility to go anywhere because of that investment in the spring. Now, this group, that would be a dumb idea for this group, right? Maybe move Jeremiah around, but other than that, those kids need to get better and become, top of the country receivers. Like, that's what Ohio State's expectations are. And just because Heartline left doesn't mean we lower expectations. It's still the Ohio State University. That's the expectation, and always will be. So as much as Hankton can move Jeremiah around to develop him more, put him in the slot, put him in the backfield, they need to develop just consistency out of Brandon Ennis, out of, if it's Chris Henry Jr., Kyle Parker, all those players just need to define and kind of take a role on this team before you can ever try to mess with flexibility.
How much does body type play into the receiver role, like, positionally? Because, like, we've talked about, like, potentially, like, Chris Henry Jr. being a Z, but he's not a Z body type. Or does that tie in any at all?
No, I mean, he's
isn't he a prototypical X?
Yeah, I mean, I think he will be, but if he's one of your best 3, you'll play him at Z.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was just curious how much that maybe, because I think the value in him might be him repping behind Jeremiah Smith, which might piss people off because they want him to play right away, and get the more Z body type out there. But if you want your best 3, like, I guess I don't understand, like, the difference in terms of, like, what you asked them to run route wise.
Z's are a little more take the top off the coverage. Devin Smith is like the prototypical Z, and I don't know how well Chris Henry Jr. runs. I mean, he's long as shit. His catch radius is crazy. 6'5" with long arms. I mean, his wins downfield might not be separation and speed. It might be body position and catch radius, and ball skills and contested catches. And then he could be a really good deep threat. It's just, I don't know what he is yet. But prototypically, you look at him and you say, oh, that's a one-on-one matchup nightmare. He is an X, but it doesn't mean he can't play Z.
Yeah, no, I guess I just wanted to ask that in terms of, like, when you structure a team, because we've gone 3 of the same body types out there before, like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and JSN went out there, and JSN was the tallest of the 3, and he played the slot, which traditionally, like, you don't want, your tallest player playing the slot. I guess, like, Ryan Day's offense has always favored the slot. It not favoring the slot last year, was that more by design, or was that more because Julian Sane didn't really
think about it? It was more by design. How much 12 personnel do they run?
You're right.
Like, on paper, that slot receiver comes out of the game in 12. So just, they didn't have a slot in as much as usual. And it sounds like this year, from everyone I've talked to, they're going back towards more 11 personnel, because the one position we didn't talk about in this segment is the tight end position. That's as much as we need the O-line to develop. We've at least seen these linemen play, right? We know what they are. We don't know what Nate Roberts is going to be the starting tight end. I'm not saying he can't be and won't be great. I think there's a huge question mark at tight end.
No, they got to develop that position. Honestly, like, it might be good if we don't have that many good tight ends, because that means we're forced to stay in 11 personnel. You feel me?
No, hey, don't tempt me with a good time. We might actually play 3 receivers all the time.
Yeah, if that room is ash, that might work out. What you mean?
Hey, you know what? Addition by subtraction.
Yeah,
Chris, it's like your theory. It's like your theory that you want the defense to take a step back this year, so the offense has to like do more and play with more tempo. Like, yeah, same thing with like the tight end position group. Let's rely more on the wide receivers instead. If there's no tight end,
it's all part of my master plan. Regression for progression.
Selective progression. Chris doesn't care about wins. He just wants shit to look cool.
I want regression for dude. If we're not gonna, here's the thing. Let's just raise the hands. Last year, knowing the outcome of the year, would you have had more fun if we just scored 1 billion points, maybe gave up 2 more touchdowns a week?
Yes, a lot more. And Jeremiah might win the Heisman. It's if you're going to lose, at least make it fun.
Exactly. Think about this sentence: Jeremiah Smith as a sophomore in the regular season did not go over 1,000 yards.
Crazy.
That can't happen.
No, it should never happen.
It can't happen. And like the whole thing about like, well, we played less snaps. You know how else you play less snaps? Scoring 1 trillion points in the first half.
Absolutely. Score every time you touch the ball. Mid-third quarter. Good job. Take a break.
And guess who did that? Guess who was fresh at the end of the year? Indiana. Not because they played slow, but because they belted teams. What did Sig went up there and said? We don't just beat teams, we beat the shit out of them.
And it's true.
And
2 different ways to skin a cat. One is more fun.
Bingo. And also, like, Ryan Day has this thing about, like, we can't play guys till they get experience. Well, how do you get those guys experience? You beat the shit out of teams that get them experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to get a commercial break, and then whatever you think next is next.
Yeah, probably a little more talk about Ohio State. A little talk about the Big Ten. It's great to have football back. Players back on campus. Everyone made it back safe, at least from what I've heard. No issues over spring break. That's always a big one, right? You don't want kids getting arrested, getting drunk, whatever. So relatively good spring break for the Buckeyes at least. But we'll be right back after this. Hi, Menace Army. You know me. Like to have a cocktail every now and then. Drink responsibly. I mean, shoot, every Tuesday night we do bourbon and ball on the website. I sip on 1 or 2 bourbons, break down some football. And if you have an Apple Watch or a Whoop band like I do, you can track your sleep. And it always leads to poor sleep performance. You wake up a little tired the next day, you're just not yourself. And that's where we found a hack, right? Restore After Alcohol Aid. Obviously, there are more negative effects from alcohol than just dehydration, but alcohol has a depressant effect on specific receptors in your brain, and alcohol is toxic to your liver. Cheers Restore is a dual action after alcohol aid. Its ingredients support both your brain and your liver after consuming alcohol. Cheers was designed for how alcohol actually affects your body, not just dehydration. Don't just take our word for it. Cheers has appeared on Shark Tank, and today Cheers is sold in over 30,000 stores, including Walgreens, CVS, you name it. They've sold over 50 million doses. You'll feel about 50% better the next day or your money back. Basically, 2 drinks feel like 1 the next morning. All you have to do is take 3 capsules after your last drink or before bed. This isn't for binge drinking. It's if you have a couple cocktails and want to get great sleep. Same night out, way better morning with Cheers. For a limited time, our listeners are getting 20% off their entire order by using code MENACE at cheershealth.com. Just head to cheershealth.com and use code MENACE for 20% off. After your purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. We also are launching our peptide website, Chris. It's ready to rock and roll.
Bang. That's also great.
Menacetofitness.co. So they're all pre-orders right now, but if you need a place to get peptides, they're the best price. We have the best prices on the internet. If you want to jump on the peptide train, menacetofitness.co.
Absolutely. I mean, take care of your health. I mean, live forever, right? This is like
they're game changers. I've been on them for 1.5 years, and they're literally a health hack, a life hack. I mean, and all you got to do is research what each one does. I'm on the BPC 157 with TB 500. And then
Wolverine stack?
That's called the Wolverine stack. It's what Hugh Jackman used to get jacked for Wolverine. And then CJC 1295 is helps with growth hormone. Those are the 2 I'm on. And I think Justine and I are going to add a weight loss one, but just like micro dose it because we don't need to lose much weight. But I just try to shred up,
What weight are you trying to lose, pimp?
I got a little bit. My six-pack is kind of going away. I got to get it back.
Oh,
I want to be fucking ripped.
Oh, yeah. Well, dude, it's funny because it's like, like I guess the progression of life, at least that I've found, is that like I'm really heavy into the gym in the wintertime, and then I like ease off like right before summertime, and it's like, damn, like what if I peaked at the right time, I guess.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you kind of off the depth chart question. At what point in the spring do we start to see depth chart movement? Because like right now, like it looks like they're going to trot out that same starting 5 offensive line to just start spring padded practices. But when do we see depth chart movement, or do we not really see depth chart movement?
I mean, you might see some. Here's the beauty, Chris. It's been years since the coaches had full autonomy, full freedom to do whatever the fuck they want because there's no spring transfer portal window. I mean, every spring, the past 3 or 4 springs, coaches had to worry about guys falling on the depth chart or getting beat out in the spring because they could just leave
and then
in the spring window. Yeah. There is no more spring window. So I think you're going to see more public decisions than you have for the past 3 or 4 years because of that fact. These kids can't go anywhere. They're locked in. So the coaches have complete freedom.
Dude, did you see what they did at Missouri? Just to build on your point, they fucking already named their starting quarterback.
Yeah, that would never happen with the spring window.
They were supposed to have a battle going into it because they have the 5-star freshman that's entering his sophomore year, and then they took the Austin Simmons kid from Ole Miss. They already named Austin Simmons the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and what are they worried about? That backup quarterback has to stay. There's no portal for him to go in until after the season.
So you think because of that we'll see more movement? Because remember how we left last spring? We left last spring, guys. This just go back in time. Go back and find an old podcast from any of the beat that was at practice. And even Ryan Day comments. We left last spring, and Ethan Nyanwa set in stone was one of the tackles.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And then he ended up barely playing.
Like literally unplayable, dog. Like we went through so many guards and couldn't play him ever.
Yeah. And it'd be one thing if the O-line killed it, but the O-line was bad. And he still couldn't crack that lineup. Just crazy.
They were bad. He was the highest paid on the O-line. They went through a bunch of different iterations of the O-line, and he still could not play. So you think movement, like what, 2 weeks into spring? Like 8 practices in the spring. Like I guess.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get
after the first scrimmage.
Yeah, you might see a little bit after the first scrimmage. It's still early. That's still only 3 days of football with pads on, right? Okay. I know it's going to be practice 5, but the first 2 are kind of just warm up practices. So that might be a little early. But I think after that second scrimmage, when you're more like practice 8 in, practice 9 in, is where you might see them start to shuffle some things.
Because I'll tell you this, dude. I don't think I'm okay with Austin Sarabel being my left tackle another year.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't bad until everyone was bad against Miami. But yeah,
I think for me, because of the 12-team playoff, like you are going to end up facing premier pass rushers, and I think that look, you might be good against some guys who are 4th, 5th round draft picks that traditionally you don't always run into premier. You didn't always run into premier pass rushers in a 14 playoff. Because you only had 2 games. Right. But like in a 12-team playoff, you're just far more likely to run into premier pass rushers. And because of that, I'm not comfortable with Austin Sarabel being my left tackle because I know that in this field, in this playoff, I'm going to face at least one top 10 pick at that spot.
Yeah, I mean, think about
it's so easy to point at him and be like, I'm going to go. I mean, a 0 PFF grade.
Yeah, and think about the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, this past year, Ruben Bain had to deal with them. Game wrecker.
Yeah.
The year before, James Pierce, a first-round DN in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and who posted 10 sacks as a rookie.
Yeah. And I mean, you're talking about how 2 different offensive lines, one thrived, one negated James Pierce, one neutralized James Pierce. Mm-hmm. And then this past year, Ruben Bain had a career fucking day. I mean, he just went nuclear on the
brother. They made Ruben Bain at least $10 million from that one game.
Literally.
Like, are you like they're talking about it? Like after that game, Zach, do you know what big boards had Ruben Bain as? The number 1 player in America.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'd be okay with that.
Well, they just need to play better. That's all. You're looking for development. You'd love to have more tackle bodies because right now you look at this depth chart. Austin Sarabel is a guard body playing left tackle. Mm-hmm. And then at right tackle, Philip Daniels, I guess, is a right tackle body. It's at whatever he is, 6'5", 315. But he just didn't play well last year. So
yeah,
he's got to get a lot better.
Would you like the idea of like kicking Austin Sareveld over to right tackle and moving Philip Daniels to guard and then playing Ian Moore at the left? Because I think that I wouldn't mind that. And like, look, Philip Daniels was also not very good last year. So like I think he's like a tackle body though. But for me, I just can't have my left tackle be two-pack of ass.
Yeah, but so the question is there going to be a backup that was on last year's roster that is going to be better than Austin Sareveld at left tackle? I mean,
if Ian Moore's not ready, then what do we even pay Bowen to do?
It's not about is he ready, but is he better than Austin Sareveld?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, that's a great fucking question. I think that he is. I think that he should, and I think that if he's not, it's Bowen's job to develop him to be at least more serviceable than Sareveld.
Absolutely.
And same with Carter Lowe, who should be a year away from playing, but like athletic tackle body. I mean, like I just need someone who is athletic enough to get a pinky on you, right?
Yeah, right.
I feel like Austin Sareveld. I feel like Austin Sareveld. I feel like Ruben Bain touched Julian Sayin more than Austin Sareveld touched Ruben Bain.
That's fair.
I think that is a problem.
That is definitely a problem.
So I don't know. And here's the thing: if there's not someone better than Austin Sareveld, then I think that is more like, what the fuck are we doing? Go get somebody out of the portal.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, you look at what three teams had the best pass rush that Ohio State played?
Indiana, Texas, Miami.
See, I think Penn State had a better pass rush than Indiana. Obviously, okay. Indiana's a better team overall.
So I think Penn State interior pressure. Indiana's really good, but I'll give it like in terms of like NFL bodies.
Yeah, how about this? Better way to phrase it. What were the three toughest games for Austin Sareveld? Like,
definitely the edge rush, like the elite edge rushers. So like Penn State, Texas, Miami.
Yeah, those are the three, right? All three games graded below 50% in pass blocking. 47% against Texas, 44% against Penn State, 0% against Miami.
Yeah. You know what I think too, and this might be fucked up. I think that generally speaking, we gave Austin Sareveld a pass most of the year, even in those games, because Tegra was horrible.
Yeah, he was like
Tegra was the eyesore.
Yeah, he was a less evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you look at he gave up 8 quarterback pressures in 12 regular season games. 8. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He gave up 7 in 2 postseason games. Almost doubled his pressures.
And he didn't even, I mean, to Neil's point, he didn't even play the full Miami game. He got hurt.
Yeah, 29 snaps on offense, 5 pressures. If he plays a full game, he's going to give up 10.
Yeah, disgusting. But again, like I think I do like. Here we go. Like if you are telling me you don't have 2 tackles better than the tackles last year, awesome. I think moving Sareveld over to right tackle and letting Ian Moore or Carter Lowe play left tackle needs to be the number one goal of this spring. Like getting like Ian Moore and Carter Lowe tackle ready. I think that like saying, you know what, even though he's not a tackle body, I think he can play like Donovan Jackson is a mistake. Because I think Donovan Jackson was the outlier. Yeah, because Donovan Jackson like was guard body but tackle level athlete
for sure.
And I don't think Austin Sarevald's that.
Well, it's funny that he basically has the same body as Philip Daniels. He's just white and he's bald. So you just look at him, you're like, he can't be a tackle.
it's the theory, dude. No one's disproven me. When you're white, you just look shorter than the black dude out there.
Yeah, and I mean and I think prototypical tackle bodies like Taylor Decker. You look at him and you're like, that's a fucking tackle.
Yeah, Taylor Decker looks like a tackle. Honestly, like, and the slenderness too, I think. And also, Austin Sareveld has birthing hips. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
I don't either, but it does feel like Ohio State has 2 guards playing tackle right now. Philip Daniels looks like a guard to me, and Austin Sareveld. I think both project as a guard in the NFL.
And the tackle.
Where are the tackles? Where are the tackles? We didn't go to the portal and get a tackle. Where do we have tackles in Columbus?
Guess not. Probably never.
It's the Ohio State. We should.
Dude, the thing is, like, we have tackle bodies, but we just keep being told they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. Because, like, isn't Ian Moore a tackle body?
Oh, absolutely he is.
Like he looks like Baby Decker to me in terms of like body type, not play style. I'm not gonna say play style at all, but like in terms of body type. And also like Carter Lowe, I've been next to him. That's a tackle body.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Ian Moore's the one. I mean, he played minimally last year. I think 150 total snaps and played really well when he did. I mean, I think it was the Purdue game where he started at right tackle, and I know it was just Purdue, but he was like, we broke it down in the film room. You can go back and watch it. You can go on Menace Sports right now and go back and watch the Purdue game and watch Ian Moore. I mean, just devoid of who he was going against, just his pass sets, his twitch. Like, he looked like a fucking tackle.
Bro, he looks like he's got good feet, and he's 6'6", 315.
Yeah.
Like, let's get it going. That's my thing. I think Ian Moore or Carter Lowe have to play this year for me to feel good about this team winning a national championship. And I think the spring is a good time to develop them. I don't think Sam Greer's going to play. That's the kid who's the 6'8" from Akron, but true freshman. I don't think he's going to play, but he definitely looks the part. I do have a question for you, and maybe we've been talking about it the entire time. Maybe this is an easy one to answer. What coach has the hardest task this spring at Ohio State?
Oh, I think definitely Bowen. I mean, the offensive line, think about it. What we do. The offensive line was the main reason Ohio State failed last year. All those kids are back. We didn't add anyone new, and he's expected to put a product on the field that can win a national championship. Now, it can be done. Players can develop. He could do a great job, and that could happen. But that's going to be a tough task, right?
Yeah. Very tough task. And I think that I thought to myself, okay, like maybe Billy Fessler has like a lot to do, but even if Julian Sanders not progressed at all, like gives you the same exact years a year ago, you still feel like it's not like a negative on your team.
No, he led the country in completion percentage.
Yeah.
If Julian's the same player, that's good enough. Now, would I like to see him develop? And I love their plan, right? Trying to make him feel like he needs to be more dual threat, use his feet. In the spring, especially, they should have him scrambling all the time. Like in 7-on-7, I would every fifth play just say, "Hey, scramble on this play. Like, get the top of your drop, go through your progression. Even if they're open, take off. Let's get work at scramble drill." We used to do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. If Julian Sand was the same as he was last year, I'd be disappointed. But I also would acknowledge, okay, like there's still a plus on our team. Given everything else.
Yeah, it's not like I think people that watch this show have to understand that when we talk about players, specifically the quarterback at Ohio State, we're always trying to get a better version. Even CJ Stroud, who was fantastic, we were always talking about where he could improve. Not because he wasn't good enough, not because he was a problem, just because you are the quarterback at Ohio State. We did with Justin Fields, all of them. Julian saying is not Kyle McCord. Like, we're not sitting here saying, "Oh my God, he's terrible. He needs to get so much better," or bench his ass for Tavian. No. He was outstanding as a rookie starter. But there's areas where he absolutely can improve, and if he does, could turn this team into the favorite to win the national championship.
Yeah. And I did see some like Fry bother and like the people don't like Fry, and my stance is Indiana had a lower blue chip ratio in their offensive line room than Ohio State did. Ole Miss, lower blue chip ratio in the offensive line room than Ohio State did. Michigan has a lower blue chip ratio than Ohio State does in the offensive line room, and yet all those teams had better offensive lines than Ohio State a year ago. So I firmly believe that is the most mis-eval position in all of football in terms of like from high school to college. Because
it's not only mis-eval, but like impossible to predict growth, right? Because it's such a difference being a 6'5". So also Searville, 6'5", over 300 pounds in high school.
Yeah.
How dominant was he going to be?
Exactly.
I mean, he was going to be dominant. And then you get to college football, you got Ruben Baines walking around. Like, dude, you got to be really on your shit physically and technique. It's just a tough position to project. And that's where you watch guys. I just think about some of the best linemen we had in our time at Ohio State. Pat Elflein is probably the best center. I mean, outside of Marquise Pouncey at Florida, was a no doubt first round center. Like, Pat Elflein is that next interior lineman that I saw. He was a fucking 3-star wrestler out of, I think, Pickerington or Reynolds. Yeah, Pickerington. Like,
I mean, we see
he won the fucking Remington.
Dude, literally, we see tackles get drafted all the time. That it's
you know how good Pat Elflein was? He won the Remington and won Billy Price the Remington the next year because he was so good.
That shit is crazy.
He won 2 Remingtons, only one with his name on it.
And like, how often do we hear like an NFL draft day? Yeah, like he was a tight end coming out of high school.
All the time.
Literally all the time. And the other part of it is like the thing that like, here we go. Recruiting rankings, I think, are so funny. And the things that get you more stars are doing these 7-on-7 camps. that includes offensive linemen doing these camps in the summer times.
Oh, dude, you didn't even realize. I think Aaron Donald he had one going on in Pittsburgh when we were there. These 5-on-5, it's like 7-on-7 for linemen.
Yeah, so that's newer. That's making some wave.
I never heard of it. We checked in the hotel. We checked into the hotel, and there's all these big ass fucking linemen walking around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? They're like, when I asked one of them, I said, "What are you guys in town for?" They're like, "Oh, we have Aaron Donald's 5-on-5 this weekend." What? What is that?
It's fucking crazy, sickos. I mean, honestly, that might help the position get evaluated better.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the top prospects at offensive tackle. I mean, there's definitely some blue bloods in there, right? Like the kid from Miami, the kid from Georgia, but like Utah having the second highest rated tackle. How the fuck did that happen? Utah got him. I mean, you look at like the sixth highest graded tackle went to Arizona State, Iowa, Northwestern has a top 10 tackle.
Yeah, well, I think Utah has two. They're going to be first rounders this year.
Utah has two. You mean to tell me Utah can have 2 first-round tackles, but Ohio State has to play 2 guards at tackle?
Yeah.
That's how hard it is to eval and develop.
You know where my philosophy, maybe it's outdated, but you know where my philosophy started with the O-line stuff? When I started getting into recruiting, my uncle never cared about Ohio State landing big-time linemen, for stars. You know what? And I asked him, you know what he said? He said, Wisconsin has always had the best offensive line. Never has blue chip ratio guys. They're just like Wisconsin guys from that area, and they just have a system developing them. And it's like, oh my God, it's just like regionally, recruit regionally what you're good at.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, also, dude, I tell Pat this all the time. I don't like when my linemen act like receivers. So keep them away from the fucking social media world.
Yes.
I want to see creases in your shoes.
Yeah, I want to see a badass.
I want to smell you before I see you. Mm-hmm. If you're my offensive line, I want you to reek.
Gritty. I need somebody gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck people up, tough, physical, strong.
I want your fingernails have not been cleaned since fucking 2004.
I mean, you're being dramatic though, because Paris Johnson Jr. is kind of a.
He's an outlier. I don't go for the outliers. Give me the fucking
Paris Johnson Jr. has swag. I need my tackles to have some swag, Chris.
He does, but the worst thing with all these linemen trying to have swag, everyone can't be Trent Williams. We get one every 10 years, and PJ was the one. So we don't get one for another 10 years.
That's true. It's far more uncommon. I mean, think about the interior alignment we had that were really good. Donovan Jackson kind of fits what you're talking about. Gritty, tough.
Yeah, gritty, tough,
definitely
all that.
Pat Elflein, and the Pouncey twins are an outlier in interior offensive lineman, that big man swag.
They were also psychos a little bit too, I feel.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't want my lineman to ever come out of high school. Oh yeah, talk to my agent, talk to Phil Knight. No, fuck that. Go kill a chicken with your bare hands. That's what I want. That's where I gauge grip strength. Anyway, let's get a commercial break.
Sounds good. We'll be right back after this. Menace Army. I'm going to be calm with this one because this one is a life hack. It's a game changer. You can go to menacesports.com right now and level up your TV game. Live now on our website, the P6 Mini box. It's an electronic device. It's small. It's easy for travel. You can take it anywhere, connect it to Wi-Fi, and you got it. Every show, every game, every movie ever made. All you do is plug it in. No more paying for Netflix. No more paying for cable. None of that. Just go to menacesports.com right now. Buy the P6 Mini, and you have everything. You can cut all subscriptions. You will save enough money in 3 months to pay for it for life. You'll never pay for anything ever again. And right now, promo code Menace, $25 off and free shipping on the device. Go to menacesports.com, buy the box. It'll come in a week or two. Plug it in, hook it to Wi-Fi. Done. You have every movie, even movies in theaters, every baseball game. No more blacked out channels. You want to watch the news in LA? You want to watch a game that's in Seattle? It's all on the box, and it's easily categorized. You want to go to you want to watch a baseball game? Go down to baseball. Click it. All the baseball games listed. Pick the game. You're watching it. You don't have to pay for anything. It's a one-time fee for forever freedom. Go over to menacesports.com right now and get you a P6 Mini with promo code Menace. $25 off and free shipping. It's a must-have. Money back guarantee. Go get it. There you have it.
Here's some news. Rivals just released their their rankings for class of 2028.
Oh, really?
Any guesses on who the number one player in the country is?
I don't know.
Buckeye legacy. Jet Harrison, number one player in the entire country.
No shit. Marv's younger brother, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Which now I don't know if it's one of those things that like let's get our clicks up, like everybody go read about him, or if he actually should be the number one player in the country. I also like when you're talking about 2-3 years out from signing day, you can do whatever you fucking want.
Jet Harrison, 6'1", 175. Didn't get Marv's length, but he's only going to be a junior, right? He still could grow.
I don't know. I don't know the years anymore, man.
I do. Speaking of Cam is 2028. I wonder if Cam's ranked.
You probably could get.
Wow, how about that? The highest rated Ohio player is a receiver out of Taft in Cincinnati, Lorenzo McMullen Jr.
Okay. Shout out Ohio. JSN got paid today. Now the highest paid receiver in NFL history. Agreed to a 4-year, $168 million extension with Seattle. It averages $42.1 million per year and includes over $120 million guaranteed, both setting records for any wide receiver. Shocked, surprised, any of that with the JSN contract?
Just think about this for a minute. No, I mean, not shocked. He had the production, right? He was they 2 days ago they flexed his 5th year because if you're a first round receiver, they have that 5th year option they can pick up.
Yeah.
But obviously their goal was a long-term deal. It's just funny they flexed that 5th year, and then 2 days later the contract drops. It's like, couldn't you just waited for the contract? Like, did you have to flex it? If you knew you were close, why even say, hey, we're picking up his 5th year? Like, no shit. Oh, you aren't going to let him go be a free agent? Shocking.
Well, I think they pick it up because this contract won't start till after that year, right?
No, it starts right now.
Okay. Well, fuck.
But just think about this when you talk about monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he obviously made good money on his rookie contract for whatever it's been. If he and he's probably got a nice nest egg in a savings account. If he lives off of that for the next 4 years, he can put $78 million after taxes in the bank, untouched. If he just lives off his first contract money.
Unbelievable amounts of money, dude.
I mean, and that's good God. Like he could have $100 million as like a 25-year-old. It's just insane. Good for him. Well deserved.
Dude, I've been thinking a lot about this receiver class. Like, is Jordan Tyson this year's JSN?
He might be. Because I think that's the ceiling, right? That's the hope.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just thinking about like the draft process, right? Because Jason had no business being picked in the 20s.
No.
If you just go off tape alone, when he was healthy, he was a top 10, top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Had that hamstring injury. It nagged. Wasn't able to participate at the combine even. It was a grade 2. Same with Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's talk about Tyson falling to the end of the first round. It's like, damn, like that's how the rich get richer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you drop that far, you're going to go to a place that has a quarterback.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
but that being said, JSN went somewhere they didn't have a quarterback.
Well, they didn't have a They didn't not have a quarterback.
I mean, they weren't Cleveland. I think that's what you're trying to say.
No. They weren't Cleveland, but they were definitely like rich enough because they won enough to be in that 20s range.
Yeah, no question. But I mean,
Gino was talked about as like one of the retread quarterbacks there.
Gino got 100. Gino got 100 M's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but isn't that just a going rate for a veteran quarterback now? Even if you're just okay.
Maybe no, not then. Nowadays, yes. But regardless, I don't think Cleveland could take a risk on him. Is really more my point. Like it's as fucked up as it is. This kid might be the most talented athlete amongst the receivers of the class, but only teams that can take risks on him are teams that can afford to miss. Because I don't know if you know, he's not participating in pro day.
No, he can't, right?
Yeah, that hamstring still is not right.
JSN at 24 signed a $160 million deal. So let's I mean, good God. What if he keeps playing the way he's playing? He's 24 right now. So he'll be 28 when that contract is up. And I just did, what was the total? 168?
168. So he'll get he'll get two huge, like a double payday.
Absolutely. I mean, that's $109 million. If he gets the full contract value, 4 years, that's $109 million after taxes. At 28 years old, he could have just sitting in the bank. Hey, you know what? You want to make a couple purchases? Blow $9 million.
Yeah.
Buy a house, buy a couple cars, blow $9 million. Still have $100 million in the bank. And he should at 28 get another one, another big contract.
No, he'll get a second huge one. Right now, here are the current Ohio State contracts for receivers. JSN, $166 million deal. Garrett Wilson signed the 130. McLaren got his second big payday with the $97 million. J-Mo has the $80 million. And then the guys that are all on their rookie deals, Marv 35, Olave 19, Emeka 18.
Crazy.
That's
Olave still on his rookie deal?
Yeah, he didn't get an extension.
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
He's the last one that didn't get an extension, unless I'm wrong.
You know, he's still on his
because he's a candidate for, but he's gonna hit free agency and get 100 get 100 M's.
I think so. He's got to have a good year, but I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, even if he has a mediocre, even if he has like 1,000 yards, he'll get 100 M's.
It's going to be a wild stat to throw out when these, Hartline's time at Ohio State is over. So you can kind of stamp his window and the groups he had year by year. I think once they're done playing, I'll do the study. How much money was made in that room?
Yeah.
Future earnings. You know what I mean? Like, look back when JSN's done, Marv's done, when they're all done playing in the NFL. I mean, it's going to be over $500 million, easily over $500 million in each room.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, shit, dude. Like Emeka's at 18, Olave's at 19, bro. Like, they're both way better than Wan'Dale Robinson, who got $78 million. Right. Christian Kirk got $100 million the one time. So actually, once Carnell Tate gets drafted in a few weeks, on their current, like that'll be $500 million worth of current contracts for Ohio State receivers. $500 million, dude.
Crazy.
Who's going to be the first $200 million receiver? Because we're approaching that. 166.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to. I don't know if it'll be the next round, but
is it going to be Jeremiah?
I mean, he will get over 200 million as long as he stays healthy and things go his way.
It's like, will he be the first or not? Because like he'll get his extension about 5 years from today.
Yeah.
And it's like, will somebody beat him to 200 million?
I think you could be looking at maybe a Malik Neighbors as a guy that might warrant that if he continues to produce and thrive in New York, especially if they figure shit out in New York. I think they've started to with Jackson Dart. He's one that I could see taking off and getting paid. I'm looking through the list of guys that are making
Puka.
Yeah, it could be Puka. That's a good one.
It's funny.
You know what else it could be?
I don't know if they'll
it could be
Emeka 200 M's. I mean, he'll get his extension 4 years from today.
How did Gronk say it? I still haven't figured out. Egabuka?
Emeka?
A big boo.
Big boo. That's
Emeka Big Boo.
Bigaboo.
I've never seen somebody accidentally be more racist. This guy in Tampa, Emeka a Big Boo. You should say a Big Boo?
A big
How
boo.
the fuck did you get a Big Boo out of EGBUKA?
Yeah,
a big
dude.
boo.
I'm glad that he didn't try to say Njigba.
No doubt.
I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad just JSN, big dog.
Yeah, stick with it.
Stick with JSN. No, Emeka could. What's funny? I love Emeka. I don't know if I think it's got to be Jeremiah for 200 M's. I think it's going to take like a perfect prospect.
Yeah.
No, it could be. It could be.
I just feel like it's because it's going to be so. It's going to be
dependent.
5 years until Jeremiah's up for a contract extension, right?
Yeah. So you think we'll get $200 million before the?
Yeah.
Well, the increments.
That's what I'm saying. Just natural, like market resetting. I think someone hits it before Jeremiah's up for a second contract.
But we never get someone that blows it out of the water that much.
No,
right? Like it didn't. It's not like JSN went $50 million over like the previous mark.
No, I think the The biggest contract is obviously Jamar Chase at 161, so it went up by $7 million.
Yeah, so like we're going up in like before that 140, 136, 131, 130. So like we're not going up that aggressively. So like if it goes up 7 years for the what's 7 times 5? 35. That puts you right at 190. 195. So like it will line up to be close for it to be Jeremiah Smith.
Well, if he does what everyone thinks he's going to do, he'll probably get it.
Yeah. So that's why, like, unless Pat, I don't know if you have any other point. I just don't think it'll go up that quickly. Like, who's going to be next up to shatter the JSN mark?
Well, I think you look at it like when these contracts void out, right?
Yeah.
I mean some of the older
2030
contracts
void.
Yeah, you're looking for a young player who could continue to produce and maybe jump. Like most of these contracts are 2029, 2030, and then like Garrett just signed one not long ago, and his is 2031. But I don't really see a player. I mean,
yeah,
you obviously could say, oh, Garrett could take off and really explode even more than he has, and in 2030 he gets a deal done, which will be right around the time that Jeremiah should be getting a second deal.
I mean, the issue is he'll then be 30 years old though, so he won't get the length of like he'll probably get like a really high AAV, but he won't get the length to make it $200 million.
True, that's true.
So it almost has to be Puka, but I don't think the Rams will pay that for Puka.
How much do they give Cooper?
Who?
The Rams. How much do they give Cooper Cup back in the day? Because
I don't know. I don't think.
So here's some players that are making over $20 million a year that have a 2027 and it will be the first year out of contract. George Pickens.
Okay, he's not going to get $200 million, just more because he's a head case.
2026, so it's 2027. Chris Olave.
Okay.
Drake London.
I mean, these are all guys that are going to be in like. I think that Pickens could get 170. I think they'll do the barely above JSN because like when his contract is up, he won't be better than Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or JSN. I think that's kind of the hang up.
So those are all. I misspoke though. Those are over 20 million. Their contract is over 20 million.
Yeah,
not year to year.
Not the AAV.
Oh, yeah.
So the only one that's making over 20 million right now with a 2027 availability is George Pickens.
Yeah,
Drake London's making 5. Olave's making 4.
Yeah, those guys are still on rookie deals.
Yeah,
dude, Jeremiah Smith's got a shot to be the first $200 million receiver.
He does.
Like, the more we dig into this, like that's what I think. I'm hoping I swayed Pat into it also.
Well, if things go as planned, he definitely will get over 200 million. It's more a matter of if he's the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he'll be the first because I don't know who will get there before him.
Yeah, there's outside of, like I said, Malik Neighbors just starts exploding in year 3, 4.
Unless Carnell Tate goes nuclear, because he'll be up for like this class will be up for theirs in 4 years.
Yeah, I think Emeka has a chance. I mean, what he did as a rookie, Mike Evans is gone. Chris Godwin's old. Like he's going to be the true wide receiver one. He was at times this year. Who knows what he could do?
Hey, shit. One guy we didn't mention, I doubt it'll happen, but no more Kyler Murray. If Marv goes nuclear the next 2 years, I'm just saying because he's the name and he's the celebrity that would warrant that kind of
it. Right.
He'd actually have to become a good NFL receiver, though.
Yeah, he'd have to go nuclear. But I guess to Pat's point, I don't think it'll be 200 M's because he'll reset. I don't think it'll be 200, but he might end up being the highest paid because likely when his contract extension is up, what will they have? A quarterback on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when you can do that.
Yeah.
And also, so Puka is going to get his deal soon now because this is his last year under contract. They're anticipating 175 million for Puka.
Okay. So he'll uptick it a little bit.
Yeah. So it'll go 7 more million. It's like every year. You said it. We reset by 7 million.
But honestly, isn't that okay? Question for you both: who's better, Puka or JSN?
That's tough. I mean, it's tough to. How could you not pick JSN after the year he had? Now, like full career, maybe Puka so far,
but like JSN also this is the first year he was wide receiver 1.
Yeah, for sure.
I call me biased. but I think it's JSN. I think also, if you look at the quarterback play, not to discredit Sam Darnold at all, but like Puka's also playing with Matt Stafford. JSN's been doing this with Geno Smith and Sam Darnold.
For sure.
Did Puka lead the league in receiving yards last year?
No, JSN did.
Because he got.
Are we? How many?
I'm like 90% sure it was JSN.
Puka missed a game, right?
Dude, I'm looking at Puka's receiving yards.
Yeah, no,
17-15?
Yeah, JSN in 1793.
Holy shit, Puka's crazy.
So Puka had more catches. That's what it was. Puka had 10 more catches than JSN. Same amount of touchdowns. I mean, it's so close.
Yeah, no, they're fucking crazy. They're both crazy.
Is that just regular season then?
That's regular season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because Puka played one less game and it had more yards if you include postseason. He had 2,047 yards. JSN had 1,992.
Yeah, Puka's crazy, bro.
Both had 12 touchdowns. I mean, it's razor thin margin. I mean, reception percentage. Puka. What the fuck? Puka was at 76%. Jackson was at 74.7%. I mean, it's
so close.
Puka just had more targets. He had 200. JSN had 182, and that led to more receptions. That's it.
I mean, doesn't this feel like when CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson got their contracts the same year?
Yeah.
136, 140. Crazy. All right, my bad. I went long with that. Let's get a commercial break, come back. I do want to talk about Mylan Graham.
And you know what I will say, last point to who could make that money. There's only 5 receivers in the NFL who had over 100 catches last year. And most of them are names you'd expect. Puka, JSN, Jamar, Amon-Ra St. Brown getting featured in Detroit. Number 5, Chris Olave, 100 catches.
Ooh, he's healthy.
Chris Olave did it in 16 games, a lot like Jamar Chase did, right? No postseason.
You know, there was one more pass catcher who had 100 receptions. Travis
Kelce?
No.
Who?
Trey McBride.
Oh.
Yeah, Trey McBride went stupid dummy last year. I'm a believer in Olave, but let's get a commercial break and come back. I do want to talk about the Notre Dame duo and the noise they're making out there.
The former Buckeyes are lighting it up in South Bend. Just what CJ Carr needed. 2 5-star receivers. Just like that. And he robbed Peter to pay Paul, I guess. All right, we'll be right back after this. It's that time of year, the off season. It's the transfer portal really gave us a gift because we always had this lull, right? Before spring ball, no practice to talk about, no spring games to break down. But we have the best way to keep your football fix satisfied. Bourbon and Ball every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. We sip on bourbon and break down all 22 film. That's Coach's film you can't find anywhere. And we're on a 7-week journey right now, breaking down Ohio State's transfer portal class. Week by week, we go player by player and see what are the Buckeyes getting. We did Christian Alliegro last week, Terry Moore this week. In the tank, we have Earl Little Jr., James Smith and Kua Rosau, Devin McQuoon, the slot. I'm really excited for the Kyle Parker film, LSU, South Carolina. Going to break it down. Will Kyle Parker be a starting slot? And what will the Buckeyes get out of him? It's beautiful because you get actual insight into how good they are, what's their skill set. And you know what we learned? Terry Moore, post safety. He's not a Caleb Downs type of safety. He's the complete opposite. So there's a bunch of question marks on what Matt Patricia is going to do with him. He's not going to play Caleb Downs' role. He's not a box safety. We learned that watching the game against Miami 2 years ago when he was an All-American. Go check it out. It's $25 a month. That's it. And we do one breakdown a week with an additional. Like I'm going to throw a second one out this week. We try to do a little bit more. We're back in the lab. MenaceToSports.com, Colonel tier, $25. Go sign up. And as always, this has always been the case, and I've never refunded one person. It's a money-back guarantee. If you sign up and watch the Terry Moore breakdown or watch the Christian Alliegro breakdown and don't think it's worth it, shoot me an email, Venmo, right back, money back. It costs nothing to find out. Go sign up and check it out. MenaceToSports.com, Colonel tier, Bourbon and Ball. We're cooking. It's fun. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Kyle Parker, and maybe not slot. Maybe, who knows positionally how they'll swing this. Is Ennis on the chopping block to potentially get beat out, or is he solidified inside and someone's going to battle for the Z position, as you and I talked about earlier?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Kyle Parker does. Obviously, like I'm curious, like the Cortez element too. Kind of when you go through this, like how much is LSU rotating? Because obviously, that's what I think is most fascinating about this next Bourbon and Ball, and that will be tomorrow, right?
Correct.
Dope. I do want to talk about the 2 receivers at Notre Dame. So Quincy Porter Jr. is actually out for the spring. He's injured again. And that was one of the things that kind of caused some concern or worry is that like you're asking for a raise from us, but you're not healthy ever when we need you. Like you're not healthy. And Jeremiah Smith and Cornell Tate both missed a game and you should have been there, but you weren't healthy. Like that concerns us. But it feels like there's a lot of excitement from Denbrock about Mylan Graham. Now, initial projections like on the depth chart doesn't have Mylan Graham starting. The more I've dug into it, he's going to start this next year. I mean, the projected starting X a year ago had 93 yards. You wouldn't pay Mylan Graham all this money. You wouldn't get fucking Malik Neighbors on the phone with these two to tell them about, like, you know, when I was here, like when I had Dan Brock with the two, Brian Thomas is the other one. Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas. Like I was trying to like think about the other one, like fucking Brian Thomas. Yeah. Like you wouldn't do that if you weren't going to start this kid. So it's something they're going to play him all over the place too, not just at Z. That they like him in the slot, and they like him as a little like gadget speed guy as well. Thoughts on early grumblings around the Notre Dame team and this Notre Dame passing attack?
I think it's huge because they were good last year. Not prolific, nothing crazy. CJ Carr had a solid year, and if Quincy Porter can get healthy, you just added 2 legit weapons, guys that Mylan playing well is great, but Quincy was the one that flashed as a true freshman in mop-up duty last year for the Buckeyes. Yeah, I think you have 2 legit playmakers to add with a solid. Not a solid, one of the best quarterbacks in the country with traditionally a good defense. I think Marcus Freeman got the kind of the missing link, the one thing that they just didn't have last year, and that's elite playmakers on the perimeter.
Yeah, and like they have Faison coming back, Gray House, who I like, is an older player, and then they're pairing these 2 with them. Doug, like I think there are 3 teams, Zach, that are by far and away have better roster than everybody else, and I think it's Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame, and then I think it's everybody else after that. This is a unique place though for Ohio State because I think that like one of these 2 guys would have been a huge part of this year's Ohio State offense. Don't know if both would have, but one of them 100% would have. And usually when Ohio State loses guys, they don't go to places that are going to compete for national titles right away. And last time they lost a receiver to a national title contender, it was J-Mo. And the reason they didn't really feel it or how Ohio State was able to cope with it was, JSN happened to have the single best year we'd ever seen from a receiver at Ohio State.
Right.
So it's like you were able to be okay with it. This is going to be unique because this is the first time that like 2 guys going to a competitor that could actually win a national title with them being a big part of it. It feels weird. And I see the chat talking about, well, Day called Graham lazy. Y'all have been in a relationship before, and you have immediately fixed your deficiencies and effort when you went to the next one. And that's what I think is likely happening over there at Notre Dame. Like you can have lazy practice habits, you can call it out for it, but you want to do right at the new place. You want to do right with the new girl. And that's what I think is happening over there at Notre Dame.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun to see what happens. It's not going to be fun if they become great players for the Buckeyes. That's for sure.
No, and I think that's what I'm worried about, especially because like that offense is going to be really opened up this year. And I do think that they are going to have to open it up more because who's Notre Dame missing this year? Jeremiah Love.
Oh yeah,
and the Price kid too. Like you're down 2, like to me top 3 round picks. One who's probably the best like individual player in the entire draft. They're going to open this thing up. So I am curious to see how Ohio State people talk about Mylan Graham and Quincy Porter as they go through the season at Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's like, how do you feel? Like, I feel like them leaving, I understand that there was uncertainty. I feel about the same way as Aaron Scott going to Oregon. It's
very similar.
It's like, dude, you wanted to be a Buckeye and play for the Buckeyes, and you were on path to do that. And so I think it's very different than Bryson Rogers, right?
Yeah, bingo.
Very different.
Bryson stuck it out. He just couldn't get it done, and that's fine. Like, it's a great room they were in. It just felt like Quincy Porter was like next up. And it's funny because like this receiver room they have this year and this offense, I think is more geared towards last year's style of play. Because I think like with the offense is going to need to be better this year at Ohio State because the defense should take a step backwards. If they don't, then Matt Patricia is the greatest ever.
Right. Literally.
So what is it? Three top 6 picks and one other first rounder, and the defense remains the same. That'd be insane. We talked about rosters. I found this fascinating. The teams with the most returning production this year: Notre Dame, number 1. These are P5. I'm not doing any G5 shit in here. Notre Dame, Maryland, Nebraska as your top 3. Now,
we always say returning production is only good if the people returning were good.
Right, production. Yeah.
I mean, you look at there are a bunch of shitty teams and a couple teams that you should highlight. Like, this is important. Like, will Maryland be better than they have been? Yes. Will they be on the national landscape? No. So who gives a fuck? Nebraska, probably not. Virginia Tech, probably not. South Carolina, probably not. The 2 that are glaring, really the 3 that are glaring in the top 10, Notre Dame at 1, Texas at 6, and Georgia at 8.
Bingo.
And then, Oregon's at 11, so not far outside of the top 10. Those are the schools you look at and say, damn, they were good last year, and majority of their teams coming back.
Yeah, no, I agree. And also with those teams that you mentioned, those guys all have their quarterback coming back too, right? Like, Indiana is returning a really good amount of production, but their net production is going to suffer because they lost Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
So they're returning a ton of snaps, but not a ton of in terms of, because everybody on here is like bringing their quarterback back. Like Notre Dame bringing their quarterback back. Texas got the quarterback back. Georgia got the quarterback back. Florida actually has my eyebrows raised. No quarterback and a bunch of turnover, and they're bringing in a lot of production. But USC quarterback back. Like, I like Florida this year.
The other one on this list, Texas Tech, with an upgraded quarterback, is also returning a lot of production.
Absolutely.
As
long as Baron Morton's gone, they might have a chance.
You mean quarterback 3 Baron Morton?
Yes.
These are my top 5 rosters in the sport this year, and this is just for you to chew on if you want them. My top 5 rosters: Oregon 1, Texas 2, Notre Dame 3, Miami 4, Texas Tech 5, Ohio State 6, right outside the top 5, and then I would probably go Georgia 7. I know that we have like some slight disagreements in like overall, but I think that's my top 5 rosters today.
Yeah, I mean, it's those 5. Those are the 5 rosters. It's about pecking order, but it's not a lot of debate on,
those
just
5.
And we're focused on confirmed production, right? Confirmed skill level.
Well, actually, I think you're more focused on, because like when we shuffle it, like you're more focused on confirmed production, and which I understand. So I think I have Notre Dame 1.
Yeah,
so I have some recruiting projection. That's why I have Oregon 1. But like Notre Dame has more confirmed production than
for sure. But some of that is also me projecting what Mylan Graham and Quincy Porter will do a year, 1 year later, getting the lion's share, like being starters. I think they could be studs.
It is weird. This is the first time I've like done my roster rankings and not had Ohio State in the top 5 since I've done them. It's weird. And not that like Ohio State has a bad roster. Like 6 is still really fucking good. I don't think there's a gap between 3 and 4. I think like tier 1 is those 3 rosters. Then tier 2 is Miami, Texas Tech, Ohio State.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I think Georgia at 7, but I don't know.
It looks like it. I mean, returning production's back. They should be.
And then it's gonna sound crazy. I think I have Oklahoma 8 if I was forced to pick an 8th team.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also really high on a tier, and I think I might be cursing him.
Yeah, every year you do this with one player. Every fucking year, Chris.
And then last thing I want to hit before, actually, let's get a commercial break. We don't have that many super chats, but I want to get a commercial break and then tell you about Whittingham, and then we'll get to some super chats. So get them in now if you guys have them.
That sounds good. Get your super chats in before the end of the show. We'll be right back after this. All right, Menace Army. It's going to be like a broken record at this point, but I'm going to keep trying to push you to level up your life. Our partners over at Awaken 180 Weight Loss have a game-changing program for you. Enough with the shots, the needles, Ozempic, all the easy fixes that will help you lose weight, and then you'll gain it back later. This is about education and life transformation. Awaken 180 Weight Loss has perfected the science and made it so easy. 5+ pounds a week. Literally, if you started right now, by May 1st, you'd be down 30 pounds. It's really simple. First thing to do is they link you with a coach, your personal coach, one-on-one coaching. Every week you check in. She holds you accountable. She works with you. She helps you get through things coming up, birthday parties, holidays. We got Easter coming up. Your coach will help you. She'll coach you, or he will coach you through it so that you don't divert from the program. They deliver 4 out of 5 of your meals to your front door. Easy peasy. Just eat 4 of those selections a day, and then they give you a guideline for dinner on what you can cook, what you can eat, what you should do. And then they hold you accountable. They give you a scale. You weigh in all your analytics, body fat percentage, visceral fat, you name it. It goes straight to your coach, and you have it on the app. And then you guys talk about it once a week, about the journey. And then it's not done there. Once you're done with the program, once you hit your target weight, you got free maintenance for life. Every month, right now I check in every 3 months. I weigh in, it gets sent to my coach, Jenna, and we talk about the progress, the journey. How's it going? It is for life. It's a life-changing decision. Go over to awaken180weightloss.com right now. You'll see your energy go through the roof, your libido go through the roof, your weight falling off your body. Life will be different. Just look at me. I look entirely different than I did a year and a half ago, thanks to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Go do a consultation right now. You don't even have to sign up for the entire program. Just do a consultation and hear what they offer. You won't regret it. There you go. You won't.
Bingo. Have you been following this Kyle Whittingham thing? Nobody has. It's such a weird niche internet thing. So when Whittingham left Utah,
him and Utah's like battle.
Yeah, well, it's not even a battle, right? Like Utah, so they had like a separation agreement that Utah would pay him $13 million for the separation, and there was like all these rules, like, you know, if you take another job, don't take coaches. If you take another job, don't take players, like all that. Obviously, Whittingham takes the Michigan job, and what does he go do? Brings a bunch of coaches with him
and
a bunch of
players.
Yeah. And Utah just sent him his payment, and the first installment was $8 million. Enclosed, dear Kyle, enclosed, please find a check for $8 million, which includes interest from January 8th to today's date. This represents the first payment of a transition bonus to be paid in 3 installments over the next 2 years under the 4th Amendment of your employment agreement. As you know, the university was disappointed by your actions last month. The university felt like your involvement with recruiting our football coaches and staff to Michigan was contrary to the terms of your employment agreement, which requires you to assist with a smooth and successful transition of the football program to the new head coach and coaching staff. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, we don't like what you did, but we're not going to battle you. So here's $8 million.
It's just, you got to love it because Utah pushed him out, right? I mean, they felt it was just stale, which is crazy because they were having success. Like year after year, Utah was always good.
Bingo.
And I think they had some inflated view of what Utah's ceiling is when Kyle Whittingham pushed that ceiling. And then they gave him a 1-year deal to remain the coach because they were kind of done with him. And so he's like, nah, I'm good on that 1-year deal. Who knows what door's going to open? So he resigns. They're going to pay him whatever, $14 million. And then Michigan calls. He's already gone, already not their coach. He got the Michigan job. What's he going to do? Like you said, he was going to hire his guys, bring some players over. It just seems like if you didn't want it to happen, you probably should have given him a contract, a real one.
Yeah. I am surprised that they chose to pay him out too, though. Because
I don't think they had a choice.
Well, they said that he violated his agreement in a smooth transition directly by taking players and coaches.
Yeah, that's their opinion.
But
I mean, the smooth transition is him not doing anything negative and then you hiring a coach. That's the transition.
Yeah.
Once that happens, you're not a program in transition anymore. You're a new program with a new head coach, and Kyle Whittingham might be over here in Ann Arbor, free to do whatever the fuck he wants because he already did the transition with you guys. Like this is just sour grapes by a university that eventually just bended the knee and said, all right, we got to pay the guy. Like it was after the transition. He hired some coaches. Like egg is on our face. Here's your $14 million.
I mean this in the most respectful way possible, dog. If I leave a job for another job, but the job I left is sending me a check for $8 million, I'm not reading not one word of what the fuck was written in the thing.
No.
Like, I didn't even read birthday cards. There was $20 inside of them growing up.
What you mean? I'm opening that thing up. I see the check. The rest is going in the trash. Sign the back, deposit.
And and I know he didn't even read it because Utah fucking sent it to the journalists for them to write about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts. Let's get some super chats and rumble rants. Get Pat up here, and then we'll call it a day. Call it on Monday.
Sounds good.
Do it. I'll get some rumble rants here first. We've got our guy Clydesdale. Thanks for the one. Global warming. Am I right?
Yeah. Fuck me. It's beyond time, right? St. Patrick's Day is usually the day where it's like, all right, warm weather from now on out. I know it's going to be rainy. April showers brings May flowers, all that bullshit. But
yeah,
I'm done with the 30 degrees. Fucking hail.
Dog, when I got hit with that hail yesterday, it just pissed me off. I was going to go move my car inside because I got the full glass roof, but I was like, man, fuck this. That shit hit me so fucking hard. I said, I'm going back inside.
My kids were playing outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think, 84 degrees.
It was hot.
Gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky. But Luke and Lily are throwing a tennis ball, like trying to, learn how to play baseball and softball and just having a blast. I'm meal prepping for the week. The doors are open. And then all of a sudden on the TV is like, bam, bam, thunderstorm warning in effect in Delaware County. And I'm looking outside like, what?
Where?
And sure as shit, 2 hours later, bitch dropped 40 degrees and hail started falling.
That shit was
My power got knocked out. It was awful.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Shit was crazy. Clydesdale, thanks for the 2. Coach, if you had to, what wide receiver room would you choose to take over tomorrow?
Oh, Ohio State's. They still got Jeremiah.
Yeah.
He didn't leave yet, did he?
No,
definitely taking Ohio State's.
Depressed Buckeye, thanks for the 1. Did you ever end up coming to Salt Lake City?
No, not yet. I don't know when it is. I'll tell you though right now. I can pull up my calendar. I'm coming. Oh, it's on my phone calendar. I think it's May, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll be there, Justine, Quinn, and I. Flight's already booked. So Windy City is Chicago. Where is it? Salt Lake City, May 1st. So we'll get there April 30th for the weekend of May 2nd.
There it is. Clydesdale, thanks for the 20. Watching the show Friday evening made me wish I was on the show to tell Chris that he was talking out of his ass. Glad Zach is back today to keep him straight. LOL.
Was I talking out my ass on Friday?
Dude, I got a lot of messages about you guys talking about basketball for a whole show.
Wait a second, dude. It's just fucked up because people were sending super chats about.
Yeah, they were sending super chats, and people were flaming James Harden. So Chris had to.
That's fair, but you guys titled the show about basketball.
Oh, that did happen. That did happen.
Yeah.
But it's like Ohio.
That was a failed experiment, by the way. Like I looked it up Sunday. I was like 1,000 views. What the fuck?
I thought it would go because they're like it was the hot button on Twitter was about Ohio State basketball versus football fans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Clydesdale, thanks for the 1. I meant to say excluding OSU.
I'm Notre Dame. I want to coach those young kids. I watched them both on film this past year, and I thought they showed flashes. They could be really good.
You wouldn't want to take Alabama?
No, fuck no. Coach Ryan Williams, fuck out of here.
Just kidding. What about Texas?
Texas is the other one.
Yeah.
Right. They added Cam Coleman, Ryan Wingo.
And then that one kid who people say is the best ever.
Oh, yeah, right. Who said that? Des Bryant or someone like that?
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis became a new member on YouTube.
Appreciate it, Jordan.
Right back. Ethan, thanks for the 5. When do you think the mini box will ship out? And did you pay Pat's goofy ass yet? Thanks, Gators, for losing me 300.
Literally, Florida just sold my entire thing. They're actively shipping right now. We got inundated with orders, and they were kind of on back order, but now we're caught up. So a bunch went out, are going out today, and they're going to keep going out. I just ordered 60 more boxes today.
You want to throw it up?
That brings our total to 130 boxes I've ordered. We did it. There it is. Hey, if you're getting a tax refund or return, I'm telling you, this is the time. This is what you want to splurge on. Go over to if you go to menacesports.com and click on the shop, it'll take you right to it. First item on there. Or you can do that link, which is I think menacesports.myshopify.com. Yep. But easiest way, menacesports.com, click on shop. It's right there. $25 off and free shipping with promo code Menace.
Boom, boom, boom. Jordy going shoot. Thanks for the 5. Very random, but any of you guys ever had Piata Italian food? Saw it on my timeline and I want it, but none in New York. Unfortunately, they have a couple in C-Bus.
Dude, I love them. I love Piata. My kids don't, so we never eat it.
What do you get at Piata?
I get like a fettuccine, or not like just spaghetti noodles with either like a Alfredo sauce. They put bacon in it. It's in a burrito. It's gas. But the best thing,
you get it in a burrito. You get a Piata. Okay, my siblings don't get the Piata. They just get the pasta in a bowl. That's what
I've never had this.
Oh, so you gotta have it.
I've passed it a bunch,
bro. Their pepperoni sticks, like when I was a fat fuck at Ohio State, their pepperoni sticks in ranch are to die for. But there's 1,000 calories in each one.
Yeah, dude. It's Italian food, but Chipotle.
Yeah, it's Italian Chipotle.
That's what I've heard, and I didn't realize it was actually a burrito.
Yeah, dude, you gotta try it. It's good. Like if my kids liked it, we would eat it all the time.
It's Piata. It's not a burrito.
Okay. I gotta try it. Maybe I'll get that today. Because there's one. I'm pretty sure there's one like down the road from us here in Dublin. The Bates Blueprint. Thanks for the 2. Lyman with Steez. Do your homework on Laramie Tunsil.
I fuck with Laramie. I've done actually way too much homework on Laramie Tunsil, believe it or not.
Yeah, but there's always outliers, right?
But y'all keep bringing me outliers. I don't want the outliers. I want to like go into my local cave and see a lineman in there. I want my lineman to smash like 32 beers just because it's Sunday. You know?
Absolutely.
Here we go. Buckeye born and bred. You know what? Coach and Chris. Say PGA Tour.
PGA.
Now,
that's different. That's a tour. That's a different word.
Well, but it's spelled the same.
What does that matter? You can't do that with the English language. Stop it.
Just saying. Say PGA Tour. Now say tournament.
No, it's tournament. That's not how the English language works. There's a million words that are spelled the same that are pronounced different.
Literally.
Buckeye born and bred. Ball.
Buckeye born and bred was not Buckeye born and bred. Buckeye born and bred was bred out in Jersey.
Right.
I'm just saying. We got another ball knower. It's all that matters. Jordy going shoot. Thanks for the 5. Don't blame them. I sent in the Harden chat and then everything derailed from there.
See, it's y'all that fuck it up as much as they do. Now I sometimes can get it back on track, but
dude, I want you guys to know that argument led to shifting my entire Friday because I got a call from someone listening to the show, a FaceTime when I was out. Guys, you never guess what bar I was out at.
What?
No one's gonna guess. Nashville Nights.
Ooh.
And do I strike you as a Nashville Nights kind of guy?
Not at all. Not at all.
So I was there for a birthday party, The lady who hired me as her babysitter turned 50-something years old or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was a bad deal. No, it was a good deal. But I go to this bar, Nashville Nights, and I thought they're going to like have country music, right? So they booked a live band for that day. I don't think the people that ran the bar did the homework on the band that they hired to come in.
No. Oh no.
Dog, got a black guy on the guitar. Got this like white dude, definitely in prison. They called him Old School Steve on the bass. And then this like little tiny guy singing, bro. You know what they did? They did 30 minutes straight of Eminem.
Oh, God. What? That's awesome. Though.
Dude, it's like, and it was just like all like women like 45 and up. It was unbelievable. Everyone's looking around like this is not like we're at Nashville Nights.
Right.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
He's in a fucking Slim Shady.
Yeah, bro. My name is. That shit was sending me.
I do love when like country bands turn a rap song into a country song.
I like that too, but they just
like,
turned it.
Who is it? Was it Chance the Rapper turned "Hot in Here" by Nelly into a country song? Wasn't it?
Yes, that was He did that live. It was crazy.
On the spot, they were just like, "All right, do "Hot in Here" by Nelly."
Yeah, dude, that's like just peak human talent.
Dude, he's so talented.
That's so funny. Let's see. The Rod Farva, thanks for the 5. You see Pate's top 10 jobs list last night. OSU, Texas, LSU, Georgia, Miami, Oregon, A&M, Bama, Notre Dame, Michigan. Agree or disagree? What's your list?
Where do you have Oregon?
Behind Miami.
6. Yeah, just outside the top 5.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. That's about where I'd put them.
I don't know, dude. My thing is like, I think Oregon right now is just a slightly better job than Miami.
It's just not because of recruiting base. Both teams are spending a shitload of money buying players. NIL is really strong. It's just, I mean, think about it. Mario left Oregon to go to Miami for a reason.
Yeah, well, he also had like home ties to Miami. For me, I think Oregon's a better job because of the portal right now, and because Lincoln Riley has not even put up a fence around California. So like Oregon's able to go into California as their recruiting base, and they're not competing with 3 schools in their own state. So like, yeah, they have that base, but that base is so contentious. But you can argue it either way. I think Bama's a fantastic job too. I think my end was I don't think Bama should be that low.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you have Bama in your top 5?
I do.
So who would you kick out?
Miami.
Just Miami, but leave the other 4?
Yeah.
And so Oregon's outside of your top 5?
I will hold up. Wait a second. I have Ohio State, Texas, Bama, LSU, Oregon.
So you're kicking Georgia.
Yeah, I'm kicking Georgia.
Okay.
A&M and then Georgia.
Okay. Where are we? Buckeye born and bred. Thanks for the 5. False. Born and raised Columbus. Buckeye grad. Simply having fun. Love the show. And you know to say tournament right.
You're a legend. Okay, not that.
See, like,
you're a legend.
I just did a quick look. Like Oregon in this last signing class signed 7 out of 27 kids out of California. Miami signed 12 out of 30 from Florida.
Uptick. Yeah, uptick. Who had the better overall average composite ranking? Just out of curiosity. I'm not trying to. It's not a gotcha question. I'm genuinely curious.
I don't know. Let's see. Do it by average because the other shit's stupid. Oregon won.
Okay.
I don't know where Miami is. Miami's like 10.
I think that like if Miami starts consistently putting out like better rosters, like and the Chris Drew roster rankings than Oregon, then I'll flip them. But in the Chris Drew cast.
We got one more Rumble rant from Clydesdale. Thanks to the 2. How would you go about coaching Ryan Williams? Would you be hard on him and tell him to knock the dumb shit off?
Yeah, I would. Ryan Williams and I would not be a good marriage. We would not be a good fit.
If
I was at Bama, Ryan Williams would not have come to Bama.
Ryan Williams would be in the portal so quick.
But he would have been at Auburn or wherever.
Was there any receiver that you coached that like who was the coach closest to Ryan Williams that you coached?
I don't think you ever had one.
No, not really. The one marriage that didn't work was Trayvon Grimes, but he wasn't like a nail painting, like you know what? Like he just never been coached hard and didn't respond well to it. But he wasn't some flaming pussy at all.
Mm-hmm. That's a great way to end the show.
There we go. All right, get us on out of here.
I appreciate you, Menace Army. We'll be back tomorrow. Go get your box and also check out the peptides, menacetofitness.co. They're the lowest prices you'll find on the internet. They're on pre-order right now. Go check them out. You can also, I'll put a link on the site, but menacetofitness.co. Go check out the peptides. We appreciate you, Menace Army. Menace out.